So we're reading udārāḥ sarve evaite. Sorry, we have to read udārāḥ sarve jñānī matam āsthitaḥ yuktātmā evānuttamāṁ gatim. So Krishna said, a person who's a jnānī, who's eka bhakti, his specific quality is that he's absorbed in me alone, save and except me. He is not connected, at any point of time. So Krishna also wants to reciprocate, right? So it is Krishna's nature. Anyone who thinks of Krishna, Krishna feels like I have to reciprocate. So Krishna, the reason he likes the jñānī, and he's telling in this word, in this verse, that udārāḥ sarve evaite. Everyone is very udārāḥ, the great people. Why are they magnanimous? Krishna is saying magnanimous. Magnanimous means their consciousness is humble enough. Like Krishna uses another word also, like Prabhupada also comments on the word Brahmana in this way, that he is very liberal, okay? As an opposite to Kripana. Kripana means one who is very miserly. Brahmana means one who is very Brihad Buddhi. Brihad means very big. So Brihad Buddhi iti Brahmana. So Prabhupada comments like that in one of the places. So in the same vein, one could say that udārāḥ means that he's a very broad-minded person, liberal person. Why is he liberal? Because he's connected to the whole. Just like if you see in this world, people love human beings, but they're not animals. But they like human beings and animals, but only some cats or dogs. Or they love human, they love this, they love that, they love Christians, they love their own countrymen. There is no person in this world who can expand his love to everyone except a person who is on the path to actually cultivating Krishna consciousness or being connected to Krishna. So because all these souls have begun the task of being connected to Krishna, who is the supreme whole, they are definitely magnanimous. So anyone who comes to the Lord for any purpose is called a Mahatma. So that's what Prabhupada is saying. But the devotee in full knowledge, Prabhupada writes, is considered to be very dear to the Lord because his only purpose is to serve the Supreme Lord with love and devotion. Such a devotee cannot live a second without contacting or serving the Supreme Lord. Similarly, the Supreme Lord is very fond of his devotee and cannot be separated from him. Prabhupada comments on this verse with a purport, Sadhavo hridayam mahyam, sadhunam hridayam tvaham. Madanyat tena jananti naham tebhyo manakapi. It's a very, very nice word, nice verse. Sadhavo hridayam mahyam. So my heart is the sadhus, and sadhunam hridayam tvaham. And I am in their heart. Okay. Mad anyat tena jananti. They do not know anything else other than me. Mad anyat tena jananti naham tebhya manakapi. And also naham, I also do not know anything else other than them. That is why it is inaccurate to say Krishna is managing this material world, because Krishna's consciousness is not managing this world actually. Unless we are a devotee, we are not in Krishna's vision. We have to understand that. Because Krishna is saying, Naham tebhya manakapi. So only when we are admitted to this school of devotional service, through the mercy of Radharani, then we are under the vision of Krishna. Of course, we are under the vision of his other expanded parts and parcels through the devatas, Hiranyagarbha, all of that. But Krishna personally, not so much. So, and of course, through the Paramatma also he is expanded. But by his very nature, Krishna is absorbed in meditation and his devotees. That is what is Krishna's nature. So because these devotees are pouring their heart out, Krishna is telling āsthitaḥ sahi yuktātmā mam evānuttamāṁ gatim. So we have to understand that jñānī ātmaiva me matam. Jnani ātmaiva me means someone might say that I like this person, but though we many people, honestly, if we ask ourselves, the Upanishads are saying, we don't like anyone as much as we like ourselves. Yeah? Like I gave you the example yesterday, we all like to feel good. So, in one sense, I like myself when I'm with this person, or like the feeling of being with this person. And ultimately, what do I like? I like my own feeling, right? Now, in a finer sense. So, if I have a different feeling, would I continue liking that person? Yeah, depends, right? If your love is a little more subtle and a little more nuanced, yes. But overall, the idea is that everyone likes themselves the most. Hmm. So, atmanastu kamaya, for the love of the self, everything else becomes dear. This is what Krishna says, I mean, the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says. So, and Krishna says, but even more dear than myself, right, are the devotees, right? So they are more dear than myself, Krishna says. It is because Krishna's self itself is the devotees, and our self is Krishna, right? So that's what Krishna is essentially saying here, that there is a very intimate relationship between Krishna and myself. Sorry, Krishna and the devotees. Now, this Jnana Mishra Bhakta, okay, after many lifetimes, this Jnani, Bahunam Janmanamante, Jnanavan Mahaprapad, this is what Krishna says in the next shloka. And this Jnana Mishra devotee, when he goes after many lifetimes, Prabhupada gives a very long purport to that. So basically, Krishna says how he comes to the point of understanding who I am. So, this pure knowledge of the nature of Krishna. So Prabhupada is saying in the beginning of spiritual realization, while one is trying to give up one's attachment to materialism, there is some leaning towards impersonalism. But when it's further advanced, he can understand that there are activities in the spiritual life, and these activities constitute devotional service. So usually when we are freed from matter, because we are so absorbed in the personalism under the umbrella of matter, the immediate effect is that we usually move into a realm of impersonalism, because it's very easy to relate. I've seen only material names and forms in matter. So if there has to be something spiritual, the opposite has to be true. What is the opposite? No name and no form. It's very relatable, right? Because spiritual is the opposite of material. And so spiritual reality must be the opposite nature of material reality. So this is what we can intuitively feel. Okay, I am in one place because I'm the living entity. If God has to be everywhere, how can he have a form? Okay. And the closest thing I can see something that is pervading everywhere is something like an energy field. So maybe God is like an energy field, that is like a principle that pervades everywhere. So this is what intuitionally everyone will think. Okay. The Prabhupada says even you get further advanced, then you'll understand that there is also personality within the spiritual world. And such a person who surrenders unto Krishna is, Krishna is telling in the next verse, you can discuss it more in detail tomorrow, is Sudurlabha. This is one of the qualities of devotional service that Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Srila Rupa Goswami is telling, that one of the qualities of bhakti is that it is Shubhada. The last one is Sudurlabha. It is very rare. It is very rare. Devotional service is not given very easily. Mukti dadati karhichit. Bhagavatam says, Mukti dadati karhichit. Right? Krishna gives mukti, but no, nasma bhakti yoga, but not devotion to him. Right? So Hari is so greedy. Sorry, Hari is so miserly when to give bhakti for him to others. But sometimes he even gives mukti, but not so bhakti so easily. So it's very difficult to actually become a devotee of the Lord. The highest status in this whole world is to become a devotee of Krishna. It is the highest ever status that anyone can have. So, because the Prabhu of Prabhus himself calls that devotee as Prabhu. Right? So, if by becoming a devotee, Krishna wants to sell himself to us, then how careful will Krishna be in order to, before he gives us that status, right? So the ultimate Prabhu himself becomes the dasa, right, to the devotee. So Krishna doesn't give this devotional service so cheaply, so easily. So very, very rare. So we should not underestimate association with a pure devotee, because a devotee is very rare. Association with a devotee is also very, very rare. It's not so easily obtained. Okay. So I'll stop here. We can discuss the next verse tomorrow. Any questions or comments are welcome. Okay, thank you, devotees. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dharmapanams.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.